Hola! I'm at work. Hello, welcome in. Just in the chat before. Thank you, Chicky. Thank you, Scatman, for the sub straight out the gate. Thank you very much for spending those Bezos dollars with me. That's Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much. I'm at work in our other lab doing training on the new product. Nice. It's just a box ticking exercise. Right, okay, because you know how to do it, but I have to waste the next 2 days doing it. Right, mate. Tis what it is, my dear boy. Tis what it is. Welcome in, Chicken Sandwich. Thank you for spending your time with me, and hopefully we're going to be enjoying some Karlach painting today. I have adjusted the camera because I went and did some filming, so I'm hoping that the colours are correct here, so I think we're all right. Yeah, I've seen that you've been playing some Helldivers as well, matey, so I might try and join you one evening, but as you know, my time is extremely occupied by a little mess at the minute. So hence why I've been a bit late this morning. I've been up since 8 o'clock, letting the wife have a sleep, and trying to get her to go to sleep as well. And it took me about 4 hours to get her to go to sleep. And then I put her down, I was like, right, I need to shower, 11:30. I need to shower, get myself together, get the stream ready. And then she woke up pretty much straight away. So a little bit of democracy does you good. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother. All right, we're going to get straight into things. So I need to get you back into Star Citizen as well. New patch dropped last weekend and the FPS changes are amazing. Interesting. I've actually uninstalled it, so I've uninstalled quite a lot of games off my computer. I need to get myself a new hard drive, because the one I've got is pretty much full of 3D printing files now, which is what it is. Thank you, Firehawk. How are you doing, House Firehawk? Thank you so much for the tier 1 sub, bro. Sub with some of that rub. Welcome in, dude. How you doing? Well, I'm picking up a BG3 diorama. This is the Nom Nom sculpt one. I did one of these for YouTube a while back, but I got contacted to do a commission on it, so I need to get it painted. Pretty much, it should have been painted 2 months back, but because of doing up the house and then baby, my entire life has just been turned upside down. So the client has been very patient. So basically I'm going to be tidying this up, finishing this model, and then next week I'm going to be working on a Cutlass Black from Star Citizen. So you won't have to wait much longer for that now, Scat. I'll be working on that bad boy. I've got a 1 TB piece. Yeah, DM me with how much you want for it, and I will get on that, son. Basically, I need to clear my backlog of commissions now, because I need to be earning a bit more money, because my wife's on 6 months maternity, and we're a bit strapped for cash. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to get on with this, and then I've got a massive Eldar army to do after, but I want to get my backlog done so that I can work fresh on the Eldar. So smashing through my Bretonians, yes. How's Minnie and Mrs. Squid? They're doing good, mate. I've just been, like I said, I've just spent 3 hours trying to get them to get Minnie Squid to sleep, while Mrs. Squid, it's a mouthful, has been getting some sleep. She started sleeping better through the night. Like last night, she went to sleep quite early, and then she stayed asleep till about 4 in the morning, which is nice. So kind of made up in there. You can't ask for any more, really. She's 7 weeks old. So I'm pretty happy with that, really. You know, no complaints from me. I mean, the only thing, it's just been like struggling to try and start the stream a bit earlier, but it's not a problem, is it? You guys aren't fussed what time I start. But I'm glad to be back at it. Didn't do any streaming last week just because we had a wedding. I drove up to Scotland with baby, and we had a great time. It was just a lot of like work, you know, to sort baby out and everything. But we did it. I think we did a really good job, and the bride and groom were very, very happy that we were able to go. In fact, they were made up, and you know, Amara was really good. Like, baby was really, really good. She just like, we went back to the room to like do the feeds and stuff like this, and then like got her to go to sleep, and then she was pretty much chill for like the whole thing. I was just like walking around with it, so like she was pretty much chill. It's the SSD going on eBay for £75. You'll do it for £50. I might take that off you for that amount. Thank you, Scott. I just need to get YouTube to pay me the money that I've accrued so far, and then I can probably buy that off you. So it's a case of I just need to fill in a tax form or something. They've put like a thing I need to fill in about like US tax, which is a bit annoying. So I think they like try to tax you for the market that you have in the US, so or something. So I've like emailed my accountant, and I was just like, can you please make sure I don't get this wrong? It's like I'm not very good with taxi stuff. Good trick I found for getting kiddos to sleep for me to stick telly on and sit and watch with Minnie snuggled in. Once you relax, they relax. Maybe it was because I wasn't relaxed, because I was like kind of doing that House Firehawk, but I was like at the same time I was like bouncing on the exercise ball, but I was like under the pressure that I knew I had to get young miss asleep because of the stream coming up. So maybe that like she could sense that. But you know, it wasn't all bad. Like we had a good time. We had like a little bouncy chair. We got a little bouncy chair, and I put her on that, and we were like playing on that for ages, which was nice. It's like she started to smile and stuff now. So also me and you, November, Bretonians versus Tomb Kings. The Summer Wolves will valiantly send the perpetual undead back to their crypt. Hell yes, House Firewalk. We will film a battle report, mate. That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. I'm planning to film a game with 6+ save. I'm planning to film a game. You know, we can film a game. That's not a problem. It's just a case of like where to meet up, where we can do it, and how much time we've got. But as long as we like pre-book it in advance, it's very, very doable. So I've started a slow grow league with some lads that are local to like the north. They're like Bolton, Liverpool, that sort of area. And like the weekend before, I travelled to them, and then we had an entire day of playing fantasy. So we played, because it's like a league, I did both of my 1,000 point games. So everybody plays 1,000 points, then we go up to 1,500 points, then we go up, basically like that. So it was really good fun, really enjoyed myself. And I won a game and lost a game, and you can't ask for any more than that, really. I'm based in Cheshire, so I don't know whereabouts you're based. I think you're down south, but down south is quite a broad term, because I'm in like Cheshire area. But you know, we're happy to travel. It's not like I'm happy to travel somewhere. It's just that, can we go somewhere where we can film is the question, because I've been filming out of my living room a lot of the time. Practically is south to you, yeah. Practically everybody is south of you, yeah. That's what I mean. Like I'm the king of the north, even though I'm not that north, and like I'm not that northern. Like the lads that I was playing with, they're all Bolton. You know, we played in Rochdale, which is north of Manchester. We played at a really nice place. I've done a little recording of the session. I'm going to post that up basically today. I'm going to edit it. I filmed 2 games, but the problem is I'm using this camera, which is a video camera. It's what I use for the Handycam games. If you've seen any of my Handycam battle reports, it's great for that, but it's not great for like top down. So I've been like using a stand thing to like have it anchored so it's pointing down on the table, but it's not wide angle, so it's not catching the whole area. So I don't know what I need to do really with that. I don't know if I need to buy a new lens. You know, lenses are expensive. The local offices that offer conference room rentals. Could be. There might be some shops, like for example, where I went in Rochdale, it's called War Office. They actually have a room to rent, which is a streaming / recording studio. So they have a room right at the top of their setup, which is dedicated to like streaming and whatnot. It's got soundproofing. It's quite a spacious room, but they charge £30 for the day, which isn't too bad really. Right, I'm going to do a little bit of airbrushing to kick things off, chat. I'm basically going to do the glow effect on Karlach's chest, and I might do it in a few other areas. This is I'm having a bit of fun with this one. I've already painted one of these up, to be honest. That's not good. Something's going on with the airbrush. It is letting in too much paint, so I need to... I don't think I've cleaned it fully. I think that's the issue. To be fair, I did just give it a little wee clean before I used it, and I think I did clean it after I used it last, but it has been sat there for about 2 weeks. £30 for the day, that's bloody cheap. Yeah, it's not bad, is it, for considering, and we'd be there for the whole day and we get like a full game in. But like if you're doing a full 2,000 points bat report, you bet your bottom dollar that that's going to take some time, right? So it's going to take at least 6 hours. I mean, it might not. We might have like a really quick game, so you never know. But honest to God, mate, Old World is the best game ever. I fucking love it. Like, I've had such a good time playing it. It's just generally just amazing fun. Do you want to play Big Leagues with 3k points? My God. I could probably go to... I need to... I don't know. With what I've got, I think I need to print a Tomb Guard unit. I need to print more chariots. I'd have to print more stuff to get to 3k. Yeah, but it's doable. It's doable. I think I've easily got 2,000 points plus now. I've got the Bone Dragon. I've got some other bits and bobs. But 2.5k is probably a more reasonable amount of points to play. We could do rental for 2 days. Day 1 is set up and preamble. Day 2 we play the game. Jesus Christ, 3,000 points. You're better off playing 2 games and doing like a you know how mini wargaming do like a scenario. So they'll have like, I was watching one the other day when they were talking about, what was it they're doing? Okay, it was Tomb Kings versus Dwarves, and they were playing like 3 games with like a narrative, which was really cool. Do we want to do any more glow effects anywhere else? I mean, I get she's got glowy on the chest area. I don't think we need to do any more there. I'm actually just going to get a little bit of Liquitex white ink, hopefully, if it's there, because we want to do a little bit of glow effect. And I should have got this out beforehand. Silly me. And I have to find it. Find it amongst my piles and piles and piles of stuff. Here we go, found it. Okay, that wasn't too hard. Okay, it's the Dalarowny one. Even if we go 2k, I would say the 2 days would be best. Gives us all the time we need. Yeah. I mean, it is definitely doable in a single day for 2k points. Definitely doable. I know getting 2 days off from the fam is... But like, if you ended up like booking two days and then going there, playing a game, going away, going back, filming another game, that's still pretty fun. Still totally down for that, my dude. I'm up for most things at the minute. It's like I say, it's just a case of finding the time to do it all now. Like, I've booked tickets to go to TurnipCon. For those of you who know about Turnip 28, TurnipCon is the end of this month, and I'm probably going to sell my ticket because I just haven't got the time and the money to go right now. So it is what it is. I'd love to go, but I haven't had time to work on an army for it, so I'd have to use my current army. It's not the end of the world. There we go. Right, very quick and easy little cheeky glow effect there. Easy squeezy. Alright, that's that. I think next up we'll do some work on the skin, or I might do the metallics. Actually, I'll probably do all the metallics in one go. Let's get a bit more into the summer, then we can have a look at it in more detail. No worries, dude. No worries at all. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be going to India in September or not yet. I tend to go to India once a year to see my wife's family. And of course they want to meet the baby, so we'll probably be going around about September. I think that's because my wife's maternity leave is over by the end of September. So we need to bear that in mind. There we go. Right, cool. I didn't make any fresh cup of tea, did I, silly sod? Oh. Oh, I think I need to make sound alerts mod. There we go. Beautiful. It looks like sound alerts have been like cancelled from being a mod, which is odd. Right. Okay, back to some regular painting. Just plug my phone in as well. We put the airbrush down. I'll give that a proper clean later. We don't need you for a bit. I was thinking about doing a bit of airbrushing on the base as well. I don't think the sound alert played. So, it played in my ears. Right. I haven't actually done an Instagram We're Live, so I'm just going to quickly do one of those. Silly sod. I've been rushed off my feet this morning. I was like literally stuffing a blooming sausage and bacon sandwich into the gob just before the stream. After getting the baby put down, I've just been running around like a headless chicken. Story. I'll be back with you in 2 seconds, guys. How do we get... There we go. Right, cool. That's done. Sorry, guys. I always forget to do the go live thing. I'm so unorganized. Still not working for us. Hey, I literally just modded. Well, she just modded them. Oh, okay. Well, let's leave sound alerts today. It looks like I'm going to have to do some digging into why sound alerts aren't working properly.
If you are currently employed by Tesco or have been...
Hell. Right, cool. There we go. We're up and running. Yeah. Go back, no worries, man. Right, I'm ready to go. So we've just done a little bit of a glow effect there. I think next up I want to start highlighting the skin. I want to get all the skin out the way early because then I can work on all of the surrounding areas, like all of the leather straps and everything. And up to this point we did quite a number of like different airbrush layers, so all of it's been airbrushed thus far. On this one, compared to the YouTube video that I did, this is going to be a lot higher quality. We're going to be painting this up to a silver tier, not a display standard, but a nice highlighted one. The one I painted for YouTube a while back was a bronze tier piece. So I tried to like separate my painting into 3 different tiers, and that's with the intention that I'm able to sort of offer more budget friendly options for people on my commissions. So this is like going to be a middle of the pack, sort of middle ground. It's going to look really good, but it's not like a display where I put like a million hours into it. So I do have some display painting to do, and I was potentially going to be working on that today, but I've decided that I need to work on this piece today. So I'm going to be doing some display painting. Like I say, I need to crack on because for the podcast, I need to get on with working on some my bust that I'd started. So I'm going to be taking that bust to Scale Model Challenge. That's the thing that's coming up in October that I'm going to try to get to, is Scale Model Challenge, which is a bit mad, but I want to do it. I've been wanting to do it for a while. Let's see how this looks. So I'm just mixing in some corn red with some dark flesh tone, I think, or is it no, basic flesh. So basic flesh, and that's going to hopefully provide a nice little highlight. And then I've just mixed in a little bit of Menoth white highlight from P3 paints. So create the mixes here, and we're just going to make it into a kind of a thin glaze. We are going to do some glazing on this project. Here we go. Right, let's get cracking. We'll do the let's do some bits where you can't really see first. You guys have got a good view. All right, we're good to go. Okay, so in terms of brightness level, this is quite bright. So I need to be a bit careful with how bright we're going there. It should, once it's dry, it's a very thin layer, you see. Our plan here is to just sort of hit the top areas of the skin, any of these little scraps. It's got quite like damaged kind of skin. And I'm going to cut sort of like glaze it in over some of the wider areas as well, like on the top of the boob. See, with this glow effect's coming in, I'm just going to go over the top of that with the flesh tone. And hopefully we'll sort of disguise that a little bit. Probably don't need to use this size brush actually. I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you guys. You can get a better viewpoint of what's going on. Let's make some progress on this girl today. I want to have the skin done on today's stream, and I want to be working on some of the other details, potentially doing the face and the hair. That'd be nice. Pretty cool if we can get all of that done in one stream. So we're going to be working hard today. Sorry, I'm a little bit snotty. It is that time of the year where all of the pollen decides to come and rear its head and make all of us who suffer from allergies suffer. I have taken a tablet, but usually not enough. So that might be too bright. Yeah, so I'm going to thin this down a little bit more, and I'm going to add a little bit more red to it for this next bit. So I'm using some free music today. This is by a streamer called Gigabeef that I discovered from Escape from Tarkov streams. Quite enjoy his Tarkov streams. When I was playing Tarkov, I've kind of stopped playing it again now, just because it's an all-encompassing game that you really need to spend a lot of time on to do anything with it. Let's keep working on my shoulder. But yeah, there's a lot of streamers that are doing like their own music, which is kind of cool. But this is like free use apparently, so we'll see. The reason I want to try and use some good free use music is just because YouTube doesn't like it, and you end up having to like lose your monetization on your videos and things like this. It's not great. Welcome in everybody who's joining us. We are live on Twitch and on YouTube. And for those of you who are watching the stream back, thank you for persevering, thank you for sticking with me. While we just got everything set up and ready to go. Gonna have a nice chilled day of painting today. Gonna enjoy yourselves. We do a Whip Wednesday showcase as well, so if you do want to get a picture of yours put up onto the stream so we can have a little look together, get your pictures up into the Discord in the Whips section on Discord, or if you've got a finished project, that's also cool. Check it out. We all love to see it. I'm going to be a bit more adventurous with this brighter glaze here. Because if we need to, we can smooth things back in later on. I just want to add a lot more brightness to the skin tone, like getting those highlights in. But we can smooth things back later on. But these like ridges on the back of a tail to be a bit brighter as well. I was debating if I should do those like a horn colour, because they're like a little bit more of a sort of carapacey ridge bit on the back of on the tail bits there. Could do that. I don't think on the pictures that I do have of Karlach, she has like plates there. I kind of like painted this from reference pictures from the game last time, and today I'm kind of just going to make it up a little bit and remember how I did things last time. So I'm not going for the silkiest of smoothest of blends on this. I'm literally just going to do some glazing and try and make it look neat. I want to get some nice highlighting in. I want things to look natural. Like, seems to be like what I tend to fall into when painting now, is like going for more of a natural style color scheme. I like to use a bit of weathering. I'm enjoying texturing stuff. Like, texturing is probably one of my favorite things now. So that's why I quite like the skin on Karlach, because there's quite a lot of texture. I'm going to feather that in a little bit. I'm getting these base glazes down, and then I'll come back in and deepen some of the like scarring later on. That'll help us like smooth things in a little bit on the skin tone. You see on like the arm, once that's dry, it does kind of fade in a bit. So maybe I need to be a bit more potent with the glaze. Right, that's that, and like a couple of these layers are going to take multiple layers to actually do anything, so you'll see that come through. I might just lock the focus in here because we are going a little bit wonky on the focus. Pop it on manual. There we go. Quite nice chilled tunes, these. They're like synth hop. Now the areas lower down and that are cast in shadow, we need to try and keep them in shadow. And smooth them in a little bit. So it's got some of the brighter tone that we made earlier. I just mixed a little bit of like off-white in with the earlier skin tone. I've thinned that down dramatically. It will probably end up going quite bright on the face and for some of the highlights. I want to like play around with like going very bright for some of the highlights. Just sort of practice realistic lighting a bit more. Always a chance to practice. Oh, hey, Postwick guy. I'm doing very good, mate. Very, very good. Bit of a late start today, but just was looking after baby all morning, and she was a little monkey. She wouldn't go to sleep. But thus is the nature of things. Did my best to put her to sleep, but sometimes they're just not that sleepy, I guess. But she did go to sleep in the end. I was just trying to let my wife get a little bit of a lie in because we hadn't had the best sleep last night. But she is getting better. Baby's definitely getting better. She's sleeping for longer through the night, which is just fantastic. Hello there, A7. How are you doing? I take it Mini Matties has spoken to you about our next podcast recording. Hopefully. If not, would you like to? I think you are invited to be our third episode special guest, if that's cool with you. You've got a competition coming up, so we're going to chat to you about that. That's all right, my dear. Hope life is good for you. Big wins. That first full night's sleep is almost magical. I mean, we're a bit off a full night's sleep, but we're definitely getting there. I think she stayed asleep for about 5 hours. Yes, not yesterday, the day before, the night before, and then today she slept for about 4, uninterrupted, which was lovely. But we couldn't get her down until about 1 o'clock ish. So I've done like 8 a.m. till 11, trying to get her back to sleep again. I was debating putting her in, like, I've got like one of those daddy carrier things, but I knew I was going to be streaming anyway today, so I didn't really want to put her in that and get on with bits. Like, I'd rather just try and relax with her. She does go to sleep quite well in that, like, carrier thing. Getting her into it by yourself is a challenge. I'm more than happy to join you, mate, but when are you planning to do it? I think we were planning to do it on the 23rd. Yeah, Thursday the 23rd, so next Thursday, if that's all right. It'd be probably around 7 p.m. GMT. If that's too late for you, we can try and make an adjustment. I think it's a case of when Mini Matties is off from work. I'm kind of flexible, to be fair. Near midnight for you, is it? 7 p.m. GMT is midnight, is it? Yeah, if you're alright staying up for that long. Okay. This is working out okay at the minute, so I'm just getting this brighter flesh tone that we've mixed a little bit of the white in with. Making a cleaner mix here. There we go. I really need to get like a palette cam sorted. Too many flipping USBs everywhere. I think there's no issues, but I will be at my brother's place. I can borrow his PC. I'm actually there to prep myself for the event. Yes, there you go. So, I mean, we'll be talking about all of that stuff. So I'm looking forward to hearing all your thoughts on what you did to prep yourself, what you're doing to prep yourself, any last minute bits that you're doing. Generally chatting about the whole thing, what your expectations are. If you've not watched episode 2 of the podcast, I strongly suggest you watch episode 1 and 2. They're up on YouTube in the podcast section. They're also up on Spotify and in video format. So if watching podcasts on Spotify is more your jam, you can check those out. But they are up on YouTube as well. Both episodes have been very, very, very helpful. But not just me personally, but for a lot of people who have watched them have given good feedback, saying that they learned quite a lot from them. We've been talking in the first episode about how to like plan and prep for a display piece. In the first episode, second episode, we were talking about painting classes and our experiences attending them. And these are like pro painting classes. Attending a painting class with a pro, basically. That was a good chat. We had brush liquor on for the second episode. You enjoying it? Good. All right, we're just going to get some of that bright highlight now. Start plotting that in. I did just do a thinned version of that on the fingers and things. You can see there. So I've got it on autofocus now, so it's only going to be in focus around here. Quite a large model this is the full scale version of this sculpt. You can get it in 75mm, and there's also a bust as well. There's a nice bust variant, which is the current, the scale I'm working at. So this is essentially bust scale, but it's the whole blimmin' thing. So it's quite a large model. As you can see, this is the base. And if I put something next to it that you can compare, I've got a little Tomb King here. So you can see the scale difference. Might just plug this little fan in. Actually, I'm getting a bit toasty in here. Got a little USB operated fan that's not been used for six to 7 months. Getting a bit steamy in this room. I also just open the window before I melt. There we go. Oh, you've always got some early product launch meeting to attend. Can't hang out around. Awesome, mate. No worries. Thank you very much for the alert, brother. I'll catch you later. And obviously, you can watch it back on the YouTubes at your own discretion. Probably don't need to use that smaller brush, but I like to try and keep as large a brush as possible for things, just because you get to carry more paint on it and you have a little bit more room to work. And then use the really fine detail brush for when you're doing stuff like eyes and difficult edges and things like this. I should be able to do the majority of it with just this brush here, which is a 0. For the Artis Opus Series S brushes, might just adjust the focus slightly because I'm kind of like painting a bit higher up. So if I adjust it to about here, that's more like it, isn't it? Ah, that's better. That's better for you guys. You got any whips for us, A7? It is Whip Wednesday, chat. I tend to do the whip showcase around about 2-ish. Or if we get a raid or something like that. We're also live on Twitch as well as YouTube. The neck's looking particularly dark, so I'm just going to try and brighten it all up a little bit. Smooth that in a bit. That side of the neck I think would get a bit of light. It's going to be sat like that, to be fair. Just using a dry 00 here to try and feather it in a little bit. Take some of that glaze off where we need to. Hello, Nerd Halla. How the hell are you this fine afternoon? New emotes, I see. Very, very spicy. Waking up with some coffee. Nice. You're US based, aren't you, mate? So wake up and smell the coffee. Well, thank you for joining us on this wonderful day with your, well, choosing to spend your morning with us. Made a bit of a mistake there, so I'm just trying to take the previous brush and just sort of try and feather in that colour a little bit. You've been up to much, Nerd Haller? You've been painting much? Whip Wednesday today, so if you want to showcase any of your work, obviously you know where to go. Wrap it up in the old Discord. Hello, Vite. Welcome in, champ. How's your wonderful week rolling? I'm just plugging in a little bit this brighter highlight for the skin. Pulling it up towards the area where the sun's going to be. I'm kind of trying to keep like this top area as like the main highlight points. I'm trying to practice lighting a little bit while I'm doing what I'm doing. Been chopping up a limited edition store anniversary Stormcast mini to make a Space Marine. Good God, man! That sounds like a lot of work. I hope you're enjoying yourself with your Frankenstein project there. I do love me a bit of kit bashing though. Good stuff, man. I look forward to seeing it come together. Of course, if you've got any whips, you know where to put them. Not really happy with what I did there. Let's try and fix that. I've been working hard on my homebrew D&D campaign and painting as usual. Nice. What's the theme of your homebrew D&D campaign, my dude? It's been fun all the more, so when you are chopping up limited minis, yeah, there's no feeling like it. Spending all that money and hopefully you don't make any mistakes. Sorry if I'm a bit snotty, chat. Like I said before, it is hay fever season now in the UK. The pollen is out and it's there to destroy the lives of many humans who are allergic to pollen. It tends to take me a while to sort of get used to things, but once I'm used to it again, it's not too bad. Low magic setting leading up to a cataclysmic event. The party just fought a group of vampires. Ooh, after one of the party got turned. Uh-oh. Awesome. So you're throwing them straight in with some interesting mechanics there, like giving them the vampiric stuff. I do like a good low magic setting. Well, I don't mind me some traditional D&D as well. Because who doesn't like a little bit of magic? Okay, so I'm just going to get some of this brighter pink again, and we're just going to try and add some more highlighting in on the center of the chest. Trying to get some of the raised areas of like the scarring on the chest. Gotta be cautious where I add this. Do. Awesome. Okie dokie. I think we want to just start working on the face a little bit as well. Or do I want to just get an even light? Yeah, I think I'm going to get an even brighter highlight going, chat. And then we're going to use that for like just sort of adding another layer of pop to some of the skin areas. So I'm going to get some more of that Menoth white highlight. And just mix it in with that previous tone. We've got ourselves a very, very bright pink, essentially. I'm then going to glaze it down, so it's a very thin glaze. And then we're going to swap to our double zero. Double zero. Here we go. This is very bright. It's not pure white, obviously it's just a very pinky white. And I've watered it down. So the purpose of this is to sort of glaze in sort of the tops of some of these little bits of skin where it's going to try and catch the light. I've ended up going a bit more down the rabbit hole on this mini than I set out to, but to be honest I don't really mind too much. The client's patiently waited for this mini to be done, and I want them to be very happy with the result. So if we put a bit more extra time and effort in, then that's not the end of the world. Like painting the skin on Karlach is actually a lot of fun just because there's so much texture to it. There's like rippling and scarring and interesting stuff going on. It's just not like a full flat surface, you know. I may end up knocking it back a little bit with a corn red glaze. But we're going to go brighter first to see how it looks before we go and knock it back. What I mean by that is because we've gone quite bright, we can then take the corn red, which is the darkest tone that we used, thin that down to kind of like not a very thick glaze, but a glaze, like probably a medium glaze consistency. quite milky, like milky water look. And then we'll take that all the way over the skin. And what that'll do is it'll tone down any bits that we deem as too bright. It will blur in any of the transitions that don't look so great. Like I say, because I've been trying to go quite quickly with this. So there's going to be some areas where the transitions, where it's gone too bright too quick. And that'll just knock all that back together. When you're doing stuff like display painting, it's a case of doing that over and over and over again until you get a beautiful, seamless transition on whatever you're working on. But we're just trying to do a little halfway house approach here. Thinking maybe of making the claws a little bit glowy. But we can do that a bit later on with some glazes. Be a bit neater on the top of the hand here. In theory, this hand would be one of the brightest points. Oh. If you are on YouTube, if you wouldn't mind clicking that like button, that would be lovely. Helps the stream get out to more people on YouTube. It's hard for new people to find the stream on YouTube. I think that for streaming, for like live streaming, it feels like Twitch is best for finding new people. And YouTube's best for longevity. Right, I feel quite happy with where we're at with the skin right now. So I think the next step is to do that glaze, or even potentially do a full wash. So I've got some Reikland Flesh Shade here. I might just do a quick test with the Reikland Flesh Shade. Last time I used this, it didn't go so great. I think that's because I thinned it down with some water. So what I'm going to do is just test this out on an innocuous area. Oh, I haven't highlighted the bit on the ribs actually. Let's quickly do that before we do any washes. I just want to brighten off some of the areas again from the scar tissue. That's not flesh there, so. Oops, got my brush. No worries, mate. All chill, we're just relaxing today, mate. We're just trying to get this. I'd be working on this if I wasn't streaming. I really need to get this model boxed off. I'm kind of just enjoying painting it, really. I've already painted one of these before, so painting this for a second time, spending a lot more time on it. Do. I think it's gone off Gigabeef stuff now, actually. Trying to keep it on this sort of music because apparently it's free use, so I don't get in trouble on YouTube. You love some 75mm BG3 minis, not just of the characters either, some of the mobs. Ooh, that would be tasty. I agree. I mean, I have seen a chibi owlbear knocking about. That's another nom nom, chibi owlbear, but I think it's the same style as from the BG stuff. Some of them have like scaling options. Like this one has a 75mm scale sculpt, like a little mini bust. Well, not a bust, but like a little mini version, mini me. I have got 2 of them printed downstairs actually, but obviously haven't brought them up. Right, let us do. I want to see how this wash pans out, so I'm just going to do it over the area we just did. So this is without watering it down at all. You can see how that looks. So just do that as a test area, and if I think it looks, if it knocks things back too much, then we need to thin it down a little bit. If it makes things look a bit too gory red, then that's not what we want. Hang on, let me just play around with the lighting a little bit. Is that better for you guys? Can you see everything a bit easier? So I've highlighted up the skin. Not done a face yet. Bit overexposed, thought so. I've just turned off some of the LEDs in the lamp. So that's with the Reichland flesh shade over the ribs, but I haven't highlighted that bit excessively. I'm loath to do it. Let's do it over this hand. You need to play it. It's probably one of the best games that's come out in the last 15 years. So, like, I've refused to play it because I know it will literally suck my life away. But I've watched a few. I've like, if I oh shit! I've just knocked my right flesh over. No, not like this. Shit! How am I going to recover that? Balls. You started playing with your life on the projector screen and bed. Nice. Get ready for those spicy love scenes, I see. wondering, do I have like a little device to suck it up with? Syringe or something up here. Got an old paint bottle. Let's see if that'll do it. Okay, that worked. Okay, how'd you manage to recover quite a lot of that wash? That's why I've not started. Still need to finish Monster Hunter Rise. Nice. That might feel a bit weird. Hey, your missus might be into that. You never know. Take the piss out of the love scenes, yeah. I think the last time I played a game with like a love scene was like Mass Effect. So, Vite, would you say that the bit of skin here that we did, so that's with the wash over the top? Let's add a little bit more in without doing any of the top areas. It looks different now it's dried. A bad? I'll see how this works underneath the armpit. I'm just going to put it over the hand as well. I'm being courageous, it's going over the hand. Make us completely change the hue to something that we don't like. I may have just pulled some of my paint layers off. Well, I've done a lot of the undertones, and the plan was to try and like hopefully add something like a Reichland flesh shade to sort of speed things along nicely. Just cheating a little bit, but you know, whatever makes things quicker. It's not efficient. It's not cheating to be efficient. Yes. Well, yeah, that's it. Like, washes aren't bad by any means. There is like glaze medium and stuff like that, or not glazes, contrast paints. They're just different, you know, different usages. I've been trying to use contrast paints in a lot of my work when I'm trying to do something quick. And I've implemented one of them into a lot of my bone colours. I'm just going to put this over the back now. kind of quite like adding it to more of the shaded areas. I think it's okay. I think we're going to work with it. I'm not putting a heap of it on. I'm just kind of using it as a stain, really. Like I say, if it makes everything too dark, then we can come back in with our previous colours and pick them back out again. That's fine. We've learnt. What I'm hoping it does is it darkens off the bits where we haven't highlighted. And so far, so good, actually. Yeah, no, it's really good fun to just play around with it, dude. Just, I've done a nice purple skin tone before, and I really enjoy doing that. Like purple, dark purple into a very pale purple. That was a lot of fun. Watered, got a bit of water there, and I'm just trying to control where that goes. Definitely dulled everything down, so I think that's fine. When we come back in, we can actually just, if you look at the chest now that that's dried, things are drying very quickly in this room. It is very like humid in this room. I'd love to try a Frank Franzetti style. Ooh. Did some amazing looking skin tones. I've not seen him before, dude. I'm gonna have to link that at some point. Right, while that's starting to dry, let us start the process on the face. So face is the one that I'm going to put the most importance to. Let's have a quick look at how things lie. So the way that the lighting is, I want the lighting to be here, so just directly in front of the face, that sort of direction. So we're going to make the nose, cheeks, the philtrum area, top lip, chin, forehead. Forehead's probably going to be the brightest area apart from just underneath this hairline. Ears are probably going to be the brightest skin tone, but also this hand here. So I think I'm going to come back to this hand a bit later and just sort of brighten things off a little bit and tidy things up a bit, because I was a little bit too skew-if with some of these highlights here, so I want to change that around a little bit. Top of the shoulders, that shoulder is brighter than this shoulder, so I need to adjust that. Fortunately, the mixes that we'd done earlier have kind of dried, so I'm just going to make some new mixes. So the mix is, so far for those of you following along, basic flesh tone from scale 75 mixed in with corn red, probably like a 2:1 for basic flesh tone. Then I've added a little bit of the Menoth white highlight, which is essentially a pale sands kind of colour. And then I've been mixing more and more and more of that Menoth white in to get like the very top highlights, which we're going to be coming back in. So I've just knocked it back with that wash, as you can see. And what I want to do now is just kind of glaze back in that brightness in a few areas. And that'll help soften some of these edges. I also really want to start the face. That the Reichland flesh shade, like that's my go-to flesh shade. I do have an Army Painter one, and I have the P3 flesh tone. They're all great, but I really like Reichland flesh shade. I use it on gold a lot, so I'll be using it probably on the gold on this model as well. We'll see. I'm also maybe going to try out something on this model, chat. So I saw a video from one of the really good Spanish miniature painters, the name escapes me right now, who did like a really interesting true metallic metal. So he painted a metallic paint, slapped a strong brown wash over it, like Agrax Earthshade. I'm not quite sure what wash it was. It was like a sepia tone. And then once that dried, he then switched to your kind of non-metallic metal colours and like highlighted up from there. So it had a little bit of the metallic sheen to it, but all of the bright highlights he'd painted in with this, like, I think it was like ice yellow that he was mixing in with the colours. And I really want to try that. It looks really fun. It might not work on this character, but we can give it a go. And this isn't, by all means, this isn't going to be like my gold tier of painting, because this guy's paid for silver tier. So, but I am going a bit more above and beyond for him because we're just having some fun, and I want it to look good for them. So we could try it out. I may end up just doing sort of trying to do a true metallic metal look with metallics. When I say that, I mean painting non-metallic metal style, but in a true metallic, but using metallics basically. And in a way, you have to kind of like dull them down and make them more matte in order to sort of get the transitions that you want, which is quite tough. Just playing around with this a second. That there, guys, I've just adjusted the camera's shutter speed and stuff to see if I can get it to look a bit nicer for you on the camera. I think that's better. You can see the tones in the skin a little bit more. Cool. That is ideal. Right, let's get back on some of these highlights. So I've just mixed a new mix there. I've just watered it down. We're just going to start plotting this back in again. I'm just going to try and delicately add it back in now. Well, I've got a very thin brush here. And I'm just trying to pick out a lot of the scar tissue that might be catching the light. About the wobble and stuff. Is that too bright too soon? Could be. Just get a slightly darker version of that same color here. still hoping that bit under the chest still looks quite bright. That's not too bad. Right there. Quite a fun, different project to work on for this skin. Red skin's a bit unusual. I do want to start working on the face now, so I think we'll start on that next chat. We'll just have a go. Red's a funny colour to do in general, yeah. I mean, here we're kind of working with both the darker angle and an orangey angle. So we're going with like the pinky angle as well as the orangey angle. Quite happy with that so far. Again, we might have to smooth things back multiple times to get it exactly how we want it. But it's being courageous and giving it a go. All right, a little look at the shoulders. because the axe is going to be over the top here. We've got this great big axe. Here's I need to fix the axe blade back onto the back of it, but either way, it's going to be essentially like over a shoulder here. It kind of like pins into place like that. So the axe blades needs fixing on. Basically what she's going to be like. So that's why I'm not going too bright over here to compare shoulders. The brightest spots are these fingers here on just over the axe arm, the ears, the head, and that bit there. That's the plan. You're making a pole arm for this Sigmarine, and I can't decide on using a sword blade, chain sword blade, or thunderhammer. It'd be cool to see a stormcasty guy with like with a chainsword weapon, like an eviscerator. That'd be fun. An eviscerator is just great. Very different to your standard sort of. As much as I love thunderhammers, I do love thunderhammers. Hammer time. Right. Let's start working on the face. And then we can come back and work on more of the skin if we wish. I really need to do some corrections on the hand as well. The lower down hand, I've kind of effed that up a little bit. When I did the wash, I think I put too much on and then went over it with my finger and tried to, like, you know, splodge some of that wash up, and that really hasn't helped. It's like pulled off some of the layers that had done, so let's try and go back in and just glaze some of those layers back in. Again, this can't be as bright as the other areas. Because it's quite low down. I'm trying to practice the lighting. There we go. I think we may have course corrected the hand a little bit better. Need to work on our relationship. Hey, that's why I've invited you onto the podcast, my dude. Don't you be giving me that sass. Honestly. Touche, teacher. Probably see what I'm doing here on that tail. I've got to get a better angle. I did say do the face, but I've started looking at the tail. Like a little bit of something here. Hold this up to the camera a little bit better for you. Don't know what that is. May have got a wee bit of paint in the wrong bit. The thing I was thinking of doing is getting the airbrush back out to like smooth some skin bits in. That could be quite interesting. Oh, I can hear a baby. Mini Squid and Mrs. Squid might be coming in to say hi. Let's get this highlight colour down on this tail while we're at it, and just sort of exaggerate some of these ridgy bits. Somebody sounds like they're protesting. I'll have to just go and investigate and see what's going on. All right, so we've highlighted like that side of the tail. I kind of like the idea of doing it like this because she's at this angle, so the top areas will be more facing towards the light. If I get like a darker version of what I've just made there. Slightly darker version. And do the same thing. All right, oh, not too bad. We'll kind of smooth it in a little bit later as well. Just added some to a thinner glaze here. Towards the top of the tail. I'm going to catch that shine band. Probably be doing this with a bigger brush, to be honest. Cool. Get you back going on the floor. There we go. Right. Yeah, let's start on the face. A better focus for you guys. Go. Cool, here we go. So let's get cracking. I'm going to get this. I'm going to be working with mainly glazes here. I'm going to be building these glazes up. Just getting a bigger brush size. Brightening up the entire face, so it's going to look a bit awkward for a while, and then we'll tone it back down again. Focus, yeah. Darkest bit there. So the darkest bit is here under the chin. So I'm going to keep some of this airbrush layer in play. And I'm going to be just layering over the top of it. So I've left the underside of that cheek with the airbrush layer. So for example, this ear is going to be darker than the other ear just because it's underneath the axe. Where the axe is going to be situated. Sort of sketching this out a little bit. Okay, so we're just going to get the brighter tone here. Just trying to be a bit more delicate now. Going to play around with this cheek a little bit as well, because the cheek is actually going to catch some light. So we've got the top of the cheek, we're going to get the underside of the cheek. So that's going to be bright, that's going to be bright. This section in the middle is going to be darker than the jaw. I'm just trying to follow some of the advice I got from Mini Matties on this one, when he had his class with R Now. I think his name is R Now. And just trying to follow where the light's going to fall. Try and aim for as natural the skin tone as we can. Well, she is a bright red tiefling lady, but you know what I mean. There we go. That's already starting to come together, chat. I'm already quite happy with how smooth that looks. I think it's a case of just being very patient with these smooth layers. These layers are very heavily watered down. And we're going to progressively just brighten it up into those brighter tones that we'll be using on the rest of the body. Like honestly, I'm really pleased with the progress that we've made on today's stream. Like we've done really well. It's already like 2:30, I think. What I haven't done is check Discord. Let's see. Goodness, okay, we do have a few bits and bobs to go through. If everybody's still in chat. We've got a couple of whips posted in. I'm going to leave it till 3 o'clock just to give everybody a chance to take a picture of anything that they want to. And then we'll go through a little showcase. Catch the top of this, top of the ear. Okay. Eyelids, same deal. Let's go a bit more cautious here. Do I want to do the underside of the eye? Or do I want to keep the... So this bit here... This bit wants to be brighter. And this eyelid wants to be brighter. I'll probably have to come back and do those again anyway, because the eyes are going to take a fair bit of work. But see what I mean? Like, so the underside of the eyelid's going to be brighter. But I don't think I want to be putting any more paint on this section. Just underneath the eyebrow, because she's got quite a heavy eyebrow, so that's going to kind of cast a shadow. On the rest of it. See how it looks. We'll see how it looks once we're a bit more together. Oh, I wish it wasn't so warm in this room today, because things are drying very quickly on the palette, which is not ideal. All right, so I've got just mixed in a little bit more of that white tone, that off-white tone. I'm just going to really water this down. Okay, and this is one of the brighter highlights now. So that is quite bright actually. That's perhaps a bit too bright. That's made a nose like stupidly bright, that is. No, we may have buggered it. What? Let us proceed, and then what I'll do is I'll knock it back with a glaze. That's what I'll do. Let's continue. I'm just going to be very, very, very sparing with this now. I'm focusing more of the highlights towards the left side of the face as well. What's going on? Gus the Hut! How the hell are you, my dude? Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, dude. Just in the nick of time, because we're going to do some Whip Wednesday showcase in the Discord momentarily. Everybody's just joined you. Welcome in. Thank you for joining us, man. Thank you so much for choosing me to be your raid target. Hope you are well. Let's do a shout out for Gus the Hut. There you go. So if you're on Twitch right now, click that link, drop Gus the Hut a follow. If you're on YouTube right now, I'm just going to link you to his stream in the chat. You saw Karlach and couldn't resist, lad. How am I going to do this now? Trying to figure out how to... That's fine. So what? I'm literally just going to get your... manually pull up your stream. And then link it into the YouTube chat. There you go. So those of you on YouTube who are watching, if you want to drop Gus the Hut a follow, absolute legend of a streamer. He does all of the streaming on Twitch, but it's fun, family-friendly action where he basically paints up lots of Warhammer models, enjoys himself, drinks a lot of tea, has a great time. For those of you stuck with us, my name is Tom. I'm painting up a Karlach Baldur's Gate diorama thingamajig, and we're just working on the skin at the minute. Just enjoying ourselves. I have painted one of these up before, and I'm just kind of like painting this up in a more of a display style and just having a bit of fun with it. We were reacting some of my old YouTube content. Most of it is bad. Oh, you do have a YouTube. Hey, content's content. Get yourself a whip up into the Discord, dude. What you've been working on today. We'll have a little look together. That's if you did any painting. If you were too busy ogling at your old content. It's mostly pretty cringe. I'm going to go looking for it later. Yeah, I really did brighten up that nose far too much. I'm going to go back in and try and knock it back a little bit, chat. With one of the previous colours. Hello, Mini Matties. How are you doing, dude? Welcome in, welcome in. Just in time. At 3 o'clock, I was planning to do the Discord little shout out, but Gus the Hut has just joined us, so we will jump into the Discord earlier. Just waiting for everybody to get a picture up. Just let me know in chat when you've done that, Gus, and then we'll jump in and showcase what you've been working on recently. All the good stuff. Me and my boy Mini Matties will be live again with our next podcast episode on Thursday next week. So we do it live, and then it'll be on YouTube after that. For those of you who are interested, episode 2 is up on Spotify. Episode 1 and 2 are up on Spotify as well as YouTube, which is kind of cool. And hopefully record it properly, yes. I'm good. Last bits of work before it's time to go home. Nice. So you're sneaking on for a little bit of painting action, I am, friend. I'm trying to practice some of the stuff that we were talking about in the first podcast. No, sorry, in the second podcast. Excuse me, I just did a sneeze. Where I'm trying to practice that, like, the skin brightness on the face. You know, you're saying about the lighting. This side is going to be darker because there's going to be like an axe. There's like an axe that's going to be sort of roughly here, and a hair's kind of in the way. So, to be fair, I could probably do a little bit of highlighting on that other side of that the philtrum just above her mouth. Deserves a little bit more love. So I've tried to like add a little bit more of a brighter spot to this side of the cheek as well. Tonight that is the plan. Wednesday I usually have a hobby date with a girlfriend. Ooh, fancy pants, look at you. Ooh. Right, cool, right. I've got one whip from Gus Babes. So I'm going to jump into Discord now, guys. Again, for those of you on YouTube, I'm just going to post the link into the chat. So that's the Discord link for the Squid Discord. But obviously you're going to be able to see everything momentarily. Where is that? Okay. Right, so what I'm going to do is probably pop all of these up into a window again. So that we can see it nicely. So we've got something from Nerdhaller, we've got 2 from Gus, got some stuff from A7. I'm just opening up all the pictures in a browser. Like Silver Moonlight's done some more work on the Forest Dragon diorama, and I'm really loving it. I'm loving the colour splashes. Beautiful stuff. Matty's has been working on his amazing tortoisey dude. Which, oh man, the texture on that, like I'm going to really enjoy showcasing that to everybody. Okay, so let's start off. Why is that not working? Okay, sorry guys. I've got your whip, baby, don't you worry. There we go, cool. There we go, chat. We're up and running. So, this is Gus's part 1 that he's been working on. This is a Blood Bowl boy. A happy little Blood Bowl boy. Oh, Vite's literally just posted another one as well. I'll bring yours up in a minute, mate. There's no rush. So he's done a nice little Beastman boy. I'm liking the colours. He's gone for like a pale sort of bestial look with the armour. Very cool. Lots of browns. Loving the skin on the Beastman as well. Some great highlighting there, dude. Great work. Are you going to go for like a nice like brassy, bronzy, more of a goldy sort of brass for all of the trim? That'd be pretty cool. And then the base is going to be green potentially because it's a football pitch. It's going to pop nicely. I really want to see like a splash of red. I don't know why, because it's corn, right? I feel like there should be a little hint of red in there, but that's me. And he's been working on the Herald of Tzeentch. It's going to be a more of a rough iron colour. Ah, right, okay. Looks very cool though, dude. All the colours work really nicely. Here we've got a pink Tzeentchy boy. Very nice on the skin tones again, dude. Very nice. Pinky. He's done the staff up here as well. Nice highlighting on that. Are you going to do like a little flame effect on the end of the staff? Can't wait for the intense colours. He's going to add those in. Ooh, that's going to be spicy because there's quite a lot of like flamey goodness. Going to be tasty. Very, very tasty. Obviously, guys, please make sure you click that link that we posted before and check out Gus the Hut. He streams, I think, 3 or 4 times a week at the minute. So you can catch him live on Twitch. Usually, I think it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Obviously, if you drop him a follow, then you're going to be able to see when he goes live. This is a lovely picture from Nerd Haller, another streamer who has been working on, I think, this could be a D&D character. I don't think there's any context. They said they were working on some D&D characters in chat earlier. Oh, there we go. Blasphemia, Daughter of Decay is what we've got. Very cool. Very, very cool. There's like this whippy green tendril going around. Mostly only Wednesdays, Sundays, currently with extras when I have time. Yeah, I think he did do a cheeky little stream on Wednesday. Not Wednesday, Sunday that's just gone. Loving these colours so far, Nerd Haller as well. I'm quite keen to see some of these candles and this section here coming to life. It looks like you've gone for a sort of slap chop style with the dry brush and then adding the colours in after that. The reds are looking banging. I'm liking the purple tones. When you've used the purples to highlight, to shade this very, very pale skin, it's gone for a more of an anime style sort of shading. Quite liking that. We love a bit of purple on this channel, chat. As you can imagine, excuse me. Mary Mordheim-esque, yes. This is the latest from A7, our boy A7. Hopefully you're still there, my dude. A7's paint style's really come on leaps and bounds since we first got to know him, maybe like 2 years ago when he came onto the streaming scene on Twitch. Another fellow Twitch streamer on Twitch. Lovely, lovely stuff so far, my dude. The non-metallic metal is coming along. It's always like a really dark non-metallic style it goes for. It's a very grim, dark style. But really, really like it. I'm loving the colours used. Very gritty. Lots of texture. That's really like what I like at the minute. There's like a dead man's hand there. I think that's a skeleton's hand or something underneath there. Very cool. A lot of attention to detail on this piece. Very nice, A7. Silver Moon's been working on their forest dragon. Wow, this picture is like really big. There you go. There's a better picture of the full span of this diorama that they've been working on. I love it. I love it. I love the colours. I love the textures. I love like all of the different transitions that they've gone for. It'd be interesting to see if you want to do a little bit cheeky glow effect on the underside of this little cave bit here. Maybe like one of these mushrooms has got a slight little glow. That'd be interesting. But really nice colour use. Using lots of different colours to highlight and complement each other. Very, very cool picture. I bet this looks stunning on your desktop. Another little close-up there showing you all the different layers and textures that they've added. Beautiful work. Beautiful work. I love it. I love the forest dragon. It looks really unique. And then we've got Mini Matty's latest. He is currently painting. What's the name of the tortoise boy? I'm just going to see if he's put up a picture. It's called Bronco. Okay, Bronco. This is Bronco. This is the tortoise brother of the one that you did last year. So you painted one of these up last year for Scale Model Challenge, and this is his latest edition. The one that he did last year was really cool. That's Donko and Bronco. Yeah, these are brilliant, mate. You can see, like, if you were to put these next to each other when they're finished, I think Bronco's going to be so much more refined just because of the amount of work and time that you've put in more recently to make things, like, you've taken yourself up another level. I love this scratchiness. I know we want to look at this beautiful skin tone that we've got here. This very bright white that you've got into, which the lighting is just spot on for. It looks really cool. And that you've chose to take it that bright as well. Quite courageous of you, my dude. But it works really well with this dark sort of teal tone. A little bit of elements of green in there as well. Very cool. But my favourite bit is the shell. We get a good look at the shell. I love how scratchy and natural this plate looks. It looks so cool. Really, really nice. Can't wait to see what you do with this giant club thing. Are you going to do it as a wood? Are you going to take it non-metallic metal? There's some non-met across here, like little coins. Very cool. Quite a bit of green actually, but the camera doesn't like that colour, mixed in some emeralds into the bluish tones. It's going to be a wooden couple metal spikes. Awesome. So it's going to be a texture extravaganza right there, mate. I'm looking forward to seeing that, dude. Really, really am. Lots of love to you for doing that. And last of all, I think we've just got a late entry from Vite, who has decided to kit bash in a Kit Bash King a load of Stormcast into Space Marines. So we've got here the old school Stormcast boy with a heavy bolter. Got a big hole in his chest here. What are you planning to do with that? You're going to be green stuffing that up. We've got the female Stormcast with the sword. I kind of like this idea that you're doing. It's going to be really funky. Are these going to be blood angels? Perhaps, like, do them as blood angels? That'd be quite interesting. Look at this happy chappy. What's he got in his hand there? Like a book or something? Very nice little cheeky kit bash from you there, dude. Wait. Just seeing if anybody posted anything into finished recently. I think last week, some stuff from House Firehawk from last week. We'll just have a quick nosy at that. My boy's been painting up his Bretonians, and I think they're looking fab, absolutely fab. He's done what looks like a little bit of freehand or a transfer into some freehand. Only he can clarify that, but it looks really nice. Loving the weathering and the very natural look that you've gone for on these shields. And the metallics are looking fab. These are really going to pop on the battlefield. Very cool, dude. Very, very cool. So that's 8 done thus far out of probably a block of 30 eventual ones. So if you are doing freehand on that, mate, keep going. Perseverance is key. That's going to take some time, my dude. Oh my god. Yeah, I just bought a load of female heads for Space Wolves. Nice. Card up Larissa Shadowstalker. I just need to blow my nose, chat. There we go. Right. Let's crack back on, chat. We've got... we're on to the skin. So let's get on with it. Working on the old face. Back to the work. Pack your bag. No worries, brother. thank you very much for stopping by for the little whip showcase. Perfectly timed, as always, Minimat is. Pleasure. We'll see you soon. I think I want to sort of tone back a little bit of the skin tone that we did earlier there. Hopefully it doesn't do that thing where it starts drying and looking all weird and manky. I feel like the highlights that I did on that bit of the skin are a bit too much. Right, so as things stand now on the face, we can just add in a little bit more of that brighter highlight. Hopefully things haven't dried too much, but we might have to just mix a little bit of colour here. Things have dried a little bit on the palette. Wah, wah, wah. I've got the window open and everything. The UK's just like really gone up in temperature recently. It's really got quite spicy. So I'm going to push the highlights a little bit more on a head, on a face. Trying to get a good angle that I can paint it so you guys can also see. I think what colour, Vite, if you're in chat, I can't quite remember what sort of tone her lips go. But I go for like more of a brighter red rather than this skin tone red. I go for more of your sort of Mephiston orangier red. You know what I mean? For her lips. Spotify's gone and ran away with itself. Let's get back onto the Giga Beef. Her lips are similar to her face. Okay. Might just pull up a picture. Bear with. Karlach, Baldur's Gate 3. Wait. Not Baldur's Gate 4. What are you doing? 3. Images. A nice like close up of a face. And I'm just going to open this up. And kind of just put it up over here. Ugh, go away. Something like that. There we go. So we've got a little reference picture. Okay, she actually has some freckles as well, so we can probably do something about that. There's also a little bit of shading. I mean, obviously the lighting in the game, the sun is directly on the left side of her head, right? So the light source in this image is like over here. So all of this side of her face is like really bright. If you look at the picture, the skin tone is actually a lot more like of a darker red than what we've gone for. It's a bit more like Mephiston red. Interesting. I don't know if I want to change what I've done though. I do quite like where we've gone. I might just quickly try and find another picture. Get a couple of versions because this is in like daylight, so things are a little bit more orangey. Got some fan art. This is somebody's fan art. Again, it's a lot darker than what we've gone for. Sorry, chat, while I'm trying to figure this out. Again, this is in sunlight, so there's quite a lot of like skin bits and blemishes we could do. I feel like we need to put a sort of maybe a filter over it to go a little bit more of this orange tone. Or we keep what we've done and just lean into this sort of style that we've gone for with it. I know, we'll do a little test. So, because this could go horribly wrong if we start messing about too much. I feel like her skin tone is more this on that picture there that we've got. I don't want to completely dramatically change what we've already done. Of course. What's this now? There's the picture. Not very helpful. I mean, this is a bit more in line with what we've got. Let's just do a little bit of a tester and glaze over a little bit of a more orangey red. Like Mephiston red. No worries, Vitae. I'm kind of going a bit off-piste here. This could go horribly wrong. Kind of want to apply a bit of a filter over the top. Okay, let's do it on a bit that we can't really see. And then see how that looks. So when I say a filter, this is a very, very thinned down, more of a red. Mephiston red has just got a bit more orange in it. See how this looks. It's a bit dramatic of me, but should have probably had a source picture up the whole time so I could really see like the skin tone. Yeah, I kind of do like what we've done, but I want it to be a bit more game similar. I want this, when I apply like a filter like this, it needs to be very, very thin, not to act as a wash, so it can't pool up anywhere. And its job is to just tint everything. And I think this is going to add quite a nice rich tone to her skin. And because we've already done all the highlighting, it may actually work quite well. Bit of a course correct. But you don't know until you try. The thing I'm a little bit nervous of is adding too much or for it to do any pooling. At least we'll have some like variety in the skin tones, if nothing else. The Fiston red is like probably my favorite red, so I just hadn't worked on it or with it on this color palette. There we go, chat. I mean, we'll wait for that to be fully dry, but I think it's definitely knocked a nice little tone into things. was quite a cold red that we were working with. I kind of like it. I'm glad we took the risk. It's not added too much warmth, but I think it's just added enough warmth. We've retained all of the highlighting that we did as well. So I think what we need to do going forwards is just potentially just add a little bit of that Mephiston red into these mixes that we've been doing. So Tropicorn red, basic flesh tone, Mephiston red, and then Menoth white. So now we've got 4 colours involved in this crazy weird skin tone that we've developed. In terms of like doing some like texture on her skin, because there is a fair bit of that. She hasn't got like the smoothest skin from this picture. She's got like little like jags and bits and scarring and stuff like that. So I think to try that, we can just get a little bit of potentially the corn red. Very, very small amounts. And just do a couple of little dots here and there. Cheeky little scar on her nose here as well. I want to kind of lean into that a little bit. I think her face is already looking a little bit more natural now we did that. I just mixed a little bit of Mephiston red in with this corn red here. on the image, her lips are actually more of a darker tone than the rest of her skin. I don't know if I want to do that. I'm going to add a little scar though. So just mixing in quite a bit of the white highlight. I probably need to just tone that back a little bit. There we go. A little scar on her nose now. Cool. Nope. Got a little cheeky ref pick back up. Do. Adding in a couple more highlights into the top of the head now, onto some of these like scratches and dints and scars. Just adding some brightness to the lips. There we go. Add a bit of brightness to the lips, and then I am going to use that Reichland Flesh shade again. I'm just going to put that over the lips straight up. No dilution. And I think that's just going to knock the colours back nicely. Because I want the lips to be darker. Like have a darker tone. All right. She just have like a kind of a black eyeliner. I think what we'll do is we'll add in the eyes first. Hello, welcome back, my dude. We've added some texture to the face. I did go all over with that tint, shall we call it a tint? I went all over with that, and quite happy with slight tonal shift. If you can see, it's slightly more in line with the one on the right, but I've kept this style because otherwise I have to repaint everything if I have to go very much towards the image on the right. But in fact, I'm going to get rid of the image on the right now because I think it's too... That's like in the sunlight, you know? But we've also added a bit of texture to the face. I've added like a scar. I might just adjust the nose a little bit because I think I've gone too bright. On this highlight here. Might just try and smooth that out a little bit. Texture's helping. Don't get me wrong, I'm quite happy with what we've done. It's just I was looking at the game images, making me sort of second guess the choices that I've gone with, but here's what it is. Here's what it is. I'm just enjoying myself, practicing, and going with the flow a little bit. Quite happy with the lips as well now. We've darkened those off somewhat. I just carved an Aquila off a marine chest and now have to work up the courage to chop Larissa's boo plate down. God damn! Do it, mate. Do it. Do it. Hey, if I decided to fully tint, what, 2.5 hours of work with an entirely, well, with a more orangey tone, you can do it. Some may call us crazy, others may call us pioneers. I think I need to tone those in a little bit. I've just done some little highlights, but I think the lower down ones just need kicking back a little bit. Right, okay. Kind of want to leave the eyes till last and start working on some of the other areas on this girl now. The base needs a bit more work doing to it. Get things quite simple on the base. We've got washes, some different tones. The camera's not really picking up the light very well. We could do a little bit of highlighting, perhaps further highlighting on the barrels and the edges of the wood, but we don't want them to pop too much because the center of the model is Karlach herself, right? So this is where we put all of our time and effort, making things look nice. So I think next steps is starting to block in some of these other colors. But we are looking at 20 past 3. I may wind things down a little bit earlier because I am hungry. I feel like we've done quite a lot today. I'm quite happy with the progress because like next I've got to sort of like block in a lot of colors. Which takes time. I may just put in the irises now, just quickly, and I'm going to use an off-white. So I'm going to use Mojave white. This one here from Scale 75. If you mess up, it's an expensive mistake. Yes, indeed. That it be, sir. Sorry chat, I'm really into trying to get these eyes here, so I need to get a good angle, which isn't always conducive with a good camera angle. Probably have to do 2 layers of this white to get it smooth. Then what we'll do is I think we'll use a... Try and think about this for a second. I might use like a brown grey to sort of like tone the eye back a little bit. Just want to get in here with this base colour. Right, we've got that tone in. Next up, I've actually just mixed in some brown sepia wash in with that Mojave white there. I'm just going to experiment with this a little bit. You've got to remember that the middle of the iris is going to be that sort of dark ambery orange, which is going to be quite an interesting colour to try and match. There's like a black out like eyeliner on as well, so once we've got the eyes into place, what I'll then do is take some like darker washes and just sort of add them around the eyes, and sort of bring it in a little bit more, which will be challenging, but I think it'll be worth it. But in the meantime, let's try and have a little pop at these irises. So colours. I think I'm going to use a little bit of a Mornfang brown and then mix it in with some of that Fire Dragon Bright that we had. See if we can get like more of a goldeny tone with the two of those mixed together. Oh, I've mixed it too close to my water. You know what? We've nailed it in one go. That's a lovely tone. That is a lovely tone. Happy with that. And then we'll just sort of try and highlight around the eye, because the iris is going to be highlighted with black. Where I really wish I had one of those magnifying, like, you know, the super magnifying glass things. So I want her, because she's going to be looking up, so if we look at the pose that she's going to be in here, she's going to be looking, so the irises are going to be towards the top. Okay. Check the position. Happy with that. We can do a little bit of course correction. That's fine. Let's get some new readers. 3.5 times mag. Can't see what you're painting anymore, bro. Oh man, my eyes have kind of stayed the same for a while now, thankfully. But I feel your pain on that one. That'll be fucking horrible. Right, tones to move into here. I kind of need like a little bit of black down. So what I'm going to use, I do have some Abaddon black somewhere on my desk. I'm just trying to use what I've got in front of me so I don't have to like dig around too much. Perfect, literally found it immediately. There you go. So just some Abaddon black, some basic black. And I'm just going to mix that in with the sort of Mornfang brown. I do have some Mornfang brown here. I'm just going to quickly water that down and add a layer of it towards the edges of the iris. To kind of start this process. We haven't got a lot of room to work with. I was thinking, should I make the irises slightly bigger? But I think in terms of the proportion on the model, I think we're kind of doing okay. I think that's bad. Okay, then I'm just going to mix in a little bit of black then with that Mornfang that we just had. All right, that's going all right. That is going okay. That's going okay. So we want a lot of paint on the brush. It's all. This is where your brush control comes in. Be super fucking careful. Trouble is we could go too dark too quick because we're working with such a small area. The reason I'm doing this, darkening off the iris, is to try and like punch in some contrast. Between that white. I've got the reference picture up on my right hand monitor, and that's super helpful right now because it's sort of just showing me where to place some of my colours. Cool, right. Next up, I'm just going to add some Fire Dragon Bright. Which is that very punchy orange. And she kind of has like slit eyes, so she doesn't really have like pupils. So ideally, I'm going to plonk a little bit of this Fire Dragon Bright down. Right. And then we're going to get a little bit of pure black. This is the real hard bit now. I'm going to have to hold my breath for this. Okay, I don't know if that's gone dark enough that you can see it. No, it's not dark enough. I think I might have to get a slightly different black, just because this is the air paint, so it's already really thin. So I don't think it's really going to paint over that, and I'll have to do multiple layers, and that's not ideal when you're trying to paint some fucking eyes. So okay, the position is fine, but yeah. Silver Moonlight trying to scare me off there. I'm glad I like pull back a second. I heard that, but the sound alert thing in my sound system. I don't know what I've done. I've added it as an admin. Fuck knows. How do you think so far, Silver Moon? Are we getting there? I mean, it's definitely different to the game image, but I am quite happy with what we've done. I feel like I've done a better paint job on this than I have on the previous one I did. Vite's like, it doesn't look too bad. Thanks, mate. Oh, makes me feel very confident. I mean, you don't have to say it looks amazing or anything, you know? Don't inflate my ego. It looks like a bag of shit. Where the fuck is... I definitely had like a thick black. I'm a Yorkshireman, we understate everything. There you go. Ah, it's alright, that. Looks amazing. Thank you very much, Silverbean. Like, there you go. Oh, right. Where the blooming heck is this black? I need like a real dark black colour. I swear I have one somewhere. I don't really fancy digging around for it, you know? Oopsie. I did get sent like a big set of paints by Sink Master, and there was definitely a you know, a non-diluted Abaddon black in that set. Oh, I've done something. There we go. Since I need to go for different types of reds, so I think I'm about to start painting Samus of the Ruin Storm. Ooh. So I will be going through this since I need to go for different types of reds, so he's not like my Bloodthirst. It's very cool. Well, this scheme, this But we can kind of like correct that back in, I reckon. Let's have a go. Wait! Throw my brush. Okay, I'm a bit happy with that. I feel like the black is still not dark enough, you know? I need to do one of them painting classes at some point where they do like Golden Demon style painting. Well, definitely if you've not listened to the podcast that we recorded at the beginning of April, check it out on the Squid YouTube channel because we literally talk about classes. Like our experiences with them, and the general consensus is from everybody, me and Matty's and Brush Liquor, is that they're definitely worth your time. Definitely, if you can go on one, go on one. There are a lot of people doing it, and there's a lot of different styles out there. Like what I'm doing now is not Golden Demon style, right? Okay, so I've just taken some of that fire dragon and just try and push back some of that colour into there. Next step, we need to add a white spot, essentially. So I'm just going to take some white blue, which is the Pro Acryl white blue. Very bright. And I'm really liking this colour at the minute. I'm just going to try and add like a shine point. I put less paint on my brush than that. Trying to go slightly to the left of the iris of the pupil, sorry. Pretty tricky, to be honest. Whether some of those magnifying goggles would come in useful. Okay, that was too much. And I had to take that Abaddon black back in. These things are trial and error, guys. You've got to keep pushing the paint around until you're happy with the result. Do we want to add like a touch of yellow in here as well? I feel like, yeah, there we go. I've just mixed in a little bit of like a beige with that orange. Okay, so I just expanded the iris just a little bit towards the bottom of the eye there. Still can't quite see the pupil, so it's... I think I'm going to have to do another layer. Okay. That's a tad better, chat. Tad better. Oh my goodness. I hate doing eyes sometimes. Bloody troublesome. Bloody troublesome. Okie dokie. So next up, we're going to take some of that brown wash that we had before. And just kind of go around top of the eyes a bit. Cool. I'm happy with that now, guys. Oh, it's taking some trial and error. Well, I'm definitely happy with that. Next up, I'm going to take some of this Abaddon Black, mix it a little bit with Corn Red, and just start tracing the eye to give a little, like a drop shadow. Like the eyeliner, she is wearing eyeliner of some sort, so should make the eye pop a little bit more as well, hopefully. That's not too bad. Same with the eyebrows. Okay, so I'm just going over this with our bad and black. And then we will potentially add some little grey highlights to this. I think there's still a little bit of like definition and stuff we need to do on the face as well. Like around the mouth area. Yeah, I'm getting quite happy with it so far, chat. Definitely feel like we've done a better job on the face than I did when I last painted her. Quite happy with some of the tones. I mean, obviously when we get all of these other pieces of the puzzle put together, there's a lot of base coating to do. The hair's going to be an interesting one because the hair has a lot of like red streaks running through it, so it's actually quite challenging. And it's like a more vibrant red, so I think for that I'm probably going to put Mephiston red streaks through, and then maybe some like orange tips and stuff for like, because there's like this flamey sort of effect going on. Could try that. I mean, no harm in trying, see what happens. I think this time for the metallic, I'm going to go for a less sort of burnished gold and more of a worn, like a worn old gold tone. So I think we'll be approaching that next week. I mean, I may have finished painting it before the end of the week, because this is like what I wanted to get done. But thank you everybody who has joined me on today's stream on YouTube and on Twitch. What we do is on Twitch, I'll go and raid a fellow streamer. So those of you who are on Twitch, please stick about for 5 more minutes while we go and do that. And go say hi to somebody. So just have a quick look and see who's on. So my boy Gray is on right now. Just immediately saw him. Anybody else that I know that I feel like raiding? No, I think we'll go for Gray. He's a good lad, Gray, so we'll go for him. He's painting salamanders. It's been a pleasure. I will catch you guys next Wednesday if I don't manage to get another stream in before then. Well, thank you ever so much, everybody. Don't worry about being quiet or not. It's been a lovely stream. It's been nice and chill. We've got loads done. And I'll hopefully catch you all next week. If I do get the opportunity to do another stream, I will, as always. It's unlikely. I have a 7-week-old baby. But I do my best. All right. Lots of love to you all. Catch you next week.